Years and years ago, on a website far, far away, a comic was born. In 2008, Tim Buckley posted this, an iconic comic that would destroy the internet forever. When Buckley created this, I heavily doubt he expected the widespread parodying that turned this comic, entitled Loss, into the biggest win of his career. Today we're looking at an ancient meme, a meme so old we had to blow the dust off like it's an old photograph of your racist great-grandfather sitting in the attic. It's called Loss. And if you haven't heard of it, what sort of Patrick-ass rock are you living under? Because sign me up. Loss, also sometimes referred to as CADbortion, Loss.jpeg, or simply the monoliths of text that you'd probably find in an ancient temple, is a comic from the video game-themed webcomic Ctrl+Alt+Delete. And the comic itself is pretty straightforward. Dude opens the hospital door, goes up to the receptionist, talks to a doctor about the state of his wife, and then sees her on the hospital bed. At the time, this was a huge tonal shift for the series, so everyone mocked it forever and ever and ever, thus the extremely long history of satire. All sorts of other webcomics parodied the strip at the time, like Even Cyanide and Happiness. On 4chan, parodies overran the V-board, and the Something Awful users were particularly brutal. Someone even pointed out that if you mix up the panel order, the comic is funnier than the original. There was even a video in 2009 by Kenny Loves Aaron, which has Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps fame, and Scraggy making a musical tribute. I mean, this thing was talked about. For some weird reason, though, the comic had a weird pattern. As the years went on, like we had evolved as a species, the meme became absurdist. Everyone started to represent the comic strip in minimalist forms instead, like with text characters, emojis, guns, musical notes, scenes of Indiana Jones. The simple comic that every internet user had decimated had now become ingrained in all of their hearts and souls, sort of like a Justin Bieber's Baby situation. Edits like this butterfly guy were even getting posted in 2018, almost a decade later. The question here posed in this "is this a pigeon" meme format became a meme in and of itself. People started wondering if every image they saw on the internet was secretly Loss. They couldn't escape. I even made a video about it at the time. Anything and everything felt like Loss. You could be walking down Times Square, analyzing the billboards to make sure they weren't arranged like Loss was. Even to this day, when someone shows you a meme, you have to do a quick 0.05 second micro check to make sure it isn't a Loss meme. It was that potent. Is the fruit in my fruit basket arranged like Loss? Is my cat laying on the floor arranging its limbs like Loss? It put us all into a panic. I swear my makeup is gonna smear in the rain. I'm gonna go home, look in the mirror, and it's gonna somehow assemble Loss. I can't escape. The legacy of this comic is pretty funny though. Although hated on infinitely until the end of time, that also kind of puts it into a culture of its own. I mean, it's basically the comic version of The Room. It's this stupid comic that everyone made fun of to the point of it kind of being the most popular comic. Many interviews with Buckley about the comic showcase a bittersweet perspective. He says he finds the memes quite amusing sometimes, but also occasionally kind of frustrating. But even Buckley is down to play around because in 2018, for the 10-year anniversary, Buckley changed the page to show a parody of his own creation, Found. And Buckley, despite this comic giving millions of people psycho damage, I think you found it. You win, Buckley. You sat down, took out a piece of paper, gave it to your publisher, and then watched it suffer online for years. Wait, that sentence I just spoke is Loss. No!